Hi guys, welcome to Boxing Blog Center, the home of Nigerian and African boxing. Please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and of course the subscribe button right now. Man, we're on show with another Tori for today. Another bonking news for town. Floyd Money Mayweather, of course, has stated that he's going to be working with Anthony Joshua to sharpen up, of course, his defense. Floyd Mayweather, when Floyd Mayweather says something, forget about the guy's attitude towards money. We Nigerians, we know we love money a lot. I mean, we love money more than anything. I mean, a lot of us, especially my Igbo brothers, like money that is worth it. But Nigerians in general, we love money. So when some of you guys come here and criticize Floyd Money Mayweather, for liking money too much, everything he does, he always talk about that, bro, is what it is. I mean, without money, you cannot survive. I mean, as a Nigerian, growing up in the city of Benin, easy. Especially when we say, man, we come from the side we say, man, people know they want go. If you grew up a bit, you know what I'm talking about. Except so you grew up from the upper side. We say, man, the rich side. We came from the gutter, and we here right now. Now let's talk about this, man. So Floyd Money Mayweather, we know that he was with Anthony Joshua when he defeated, of course, Kubra Pulev. I was surprised to see Floyd Mayweather dead, though. I was surprised to see him there. I was really surprised. I have to tell you the truth. But it was so amazing to see Anthony Joshua, showcase one of Floyd Mayweather's signature, the pull-out counter. Joshua had never done that before in any of his fight. I was really like amazed by Anthony Joshua's skill set, how he was able to like showcase it. Not just it's one thing to want to mimic someone, signature move, but it's another to perfect it. Joshua did not only mimic it, but Joshua even Joshua claimed it because the landlord. I love him Vietnamese. So guys, Floyd Mayweather is saying that, listen, he of course gave his initial thoughts on the fight, saying that he of course is met with Fury multiple times. He's attended both Wilder Fury fights, twice, that took place twice. And he was one of those guys. I mean, in the first Wilder fight, Floyd Mayweather was one of those guys that was saying Deontay Wilder is loaded his rounds. You need to start winning these rounds, And I mean, I wasn't shocked that the judges gave all the rounds to Deontay Wilder, and they almost gave him, like, they almost were ready to roll Fury already, because truth be told, Tyson Fury, I think lost. I mean, I think won that first fight. Okay, you won that first fight. I mean, in a boxing stance. Okay, he won that first fight, but if you're going to get the champion's belt, you've got to beat him. You've got to be not just beating him, but you have to beat him. Either knock him out or win, without doubt. Without it, like just point him to the where, like, there has to be a gap. Even if you're appointed, there has to be a gap. If it's close in America, they're not gonna give you the decision. And that was what happened in the Wilder Fury first fight. In the second fight, Fury, of course, figured out that, listen, remember, he figured it out that Wilder couldn't really, stand to the heat. When he's being pushed back, he can't really defend himself. Because remember when Deontay Wilder dropped Tyson Fury, okay, when he dropped him in the 12th round, Fury got back up and pushed Wilder back. And when he did that, he now noticed that, Wilder couldn't really defend himself like that. That was when Fury realized that, listen, I have to take this guy. I have to put it on this guy. Because if, for example, after he got dropped and he tried to push Wilder back and then Wilder came up with something again, Fury would have backed down, would have backed up, he wouldn't have like came up with that strategy, the strategy in the second fight, So let's of course take a look at the Floyd Mayweather statement regarding Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Of course, saying that he's going to be teaming up with Anthony Joshua. And what does that mean? It means he wants to sharpen Joshua defense. Joshua, listen, there are still some loopholes in Joshua defense. Joshua has really tightened up his defense. He's been tightening up, but there's still some loopholes there that Fury can exploit. And Floyd Mayweather, who's supposed to know that other than Floyd Mayweather? Floyd Mayweather is the defense maestro. Like, no boxer on the planet, both dead and alive, can match Floyd Mayweather's defense. Like, Floyd Mayweather defense, Floyd Mayweather, in my opinion, has the best defense in the history of the sport of boxing. It's a fact. You know, he might not be the wobbling type, the bubbling and jogging around and moving around. No, no, no. His own is very different. His own is mechanical. So when you have a mechanical defense like Floyd Mayweather, nobody beats you, and that's why Floyd Mayweather is the best defensive fighter in any sport. I'm saying it, both in MMA. You cannot even compare MMA fighters. MMA fighters, they don't even have defense. A lot of them have defense. Technical fighters like Kamaru Usman, like Israel Adesanya, and the rest. But when you look at the whole MMA and UFC, the defense are not that good. That's why they take a lot of damage. Floyd Mayweather, noticed like pretty boy Floyd Mayweather was a monster. You have two types of Floyd Mayweather. The aggressive one, who was known as the pretty boy, and the Leonard one, who of course evolved as a fighter and became a defense maestro. Floyd Mayweather's defense is definitely better than Muhammad Ali's defense. It's a fact. Although Muhammad Ali gave the blueprint, for a fighter to be very defensive or to be mechanical, but Floyd Mayweather, mastered it and even like took it over from Floyd Mayweather. So, from Muhammad Ali. So that just shows that that guy is a genius. Okay, and I don't know why Floyd Mayweather is not what is he waiting for? He needs to become a full-time trainer of a fighter. Because he learned that from his uncle Roger Mayweather. May he so rest in peace. And of course, his dad, of course, helped him. But his dad was not a defensive fighter like Floyd. I think of course he learned that because of course he started boxing through his father. He got into boxing because of his dad, and all that stuff. But at the same time, the way he developed, the way he's evolved as a fighter, I've been trying to study the guy. I'm gonna do a full study of Floyd Mayweather, how evolved as a fighter defensively. So Floyd Mayweather offering to help Anthony Joshua touching on the defense is a welcome development. So we're definitely gonna look at it and proceed. Before I go, let me of course give you guys a shout out. The people on the live chat right now. Shout out to Baguio Joan, Baguio Afana. You don't tell where you are. I don't see you. Oh boy, you never respond to. What did happen? Shout out to K Jethro. Shout out to Israel Luca. Shout out to Dead Game Boxing, bro. What's up? How you doing, man? Now let's get straight to it. Let's get straight to it without hesitation.
We got Mayweather Promotions as well as.
Let's get straight to it right here.
PBC, and look at the numbers that we did when we joined forces. So me and Dana White will work together in the future. I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of all other MMA companies as well as boxing companies.
Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury, who's going to win and why?
Very interesting fight. Anthony Joshua has a lot of experience. Tyson Fury has a lot, as well as a lot of experience. But I think with Anthony Joshua losing a fight, that helped him become stronger. So I look forward to working with Anthony Joshua real soon. We communicate all the time. We talk all the time. And I've met Tyson Fury on a few occasions. Great guy, very interesting. I'd like to see him after the fight. I'd like to see him sing. I haven't seen him fight a lot of times. I've seen him fight probably only twice. Only seen Tyson Fury fight twice against Deontay Wilder. But it's a very intriguing matchup. You can never say what's going to happen in the sport of boxing. Both guys are great competitors, and like I said, me and Anthony Joshua talk on the regular. So I look forward to working with Anthony Joshua.
And if you had to put some of Floyd Mayweather's money on the line to make a bet, who would you bet on?
Oh, you just asked me that, but you asked me it in a different way, so I already answered
that. Yeah. Okay, so quick fire round. I mean, you could answer them as quick or as short as you like, of course, Floyd.
Like I said before, I'm my own boss. I'm gonna answer how I want to answer it, regardless of what you tell me.
As Money Mayweather.
So, which boxer hit the hardest that you ever fought?
There's not one particular fighter.
Do you make more money if people hate you or if people love you?
I'm gonna make money regardless.
What's the most you ever earned from a fight, and which one was it?
It could have been, if I'm not mistaken, probably the Pacquiao or the McGregor, somewhere upwards 300, 350 million. So they close.
What's the most expensive single item you've ever bought?
My Beverly Hills home. Actually, no, it's not. It's not the home. It's the IRS.
Good answer.
My biggest check is right into the IRS.
Making millions or winning world titles, what feels better and why?
Together they feel the best, the greatest feeling in the world.
If you had to choose between winning world titles but being broke, or not winning titles but making billions, which would you choose and why?
When I was younger, I would say winning world titles, because remember, we fight so many fights as an amateur for free. Only thing you get is trophies, and you cherish those. You cherish those trophies. Pretty boy Floyd would say winning titles. Money Mayweather would choose the money.
And how much money have you made in your career?
I don't really know the exact number. You know, some say just over $1 billion. Some say 1.1. Some say 1.2. But the best thing about my career is what I was able to do on the outside, as far as with what I made in the inside.
Are you happy?
Very happy. I can be happier, but I'm very happy. You can always be happier.
Is there anything, if you could go back and do differently, that you would do differently?
Just have better relationships with certain people, you know, that I knew in my life. Male friends as well as female friends, certain family members. You know, you just want to have better relationships with certain people. And then once you guys are not seeing eye to eye, you guys go your separate ways, even family members. Sometimes everybody feel like you owe them something, and that's okay. I feel like that, you know, when I was in the Golden Gloves, when I was a young kid, nobody was supporting, nobody, I'm not going to say all family members, but only a few family members were supporting me. And, you know, when my dad went to prison, nobody sent my dad any money, no family members. So then when I became champion and I started making tons of money, then it's like, oh, you forgot about us. No, you guys didn't support me when I was young and I was up and coming. You guys didn't see the bigger picture. My dad seen the bigger picture. A few family members seen the bigger picture. And then when everything played out, nobody was there.
Best advice you ever remember receiving?
From my dad, the less you get hit, the longer you last. So that works inside the ring as well as outside the ring.
And worst advice you ever remember receiving?
I can't really say right now. That's a question I got to really think about. So I don't want to really rush and go out on a limb and say anything and get certain backlash, because I can't really say right now.
This podcast has the word disruptive in it.
So guys,
so disruptive,
you heard
entrepreneur, disruptor. What does the word disruptive mean to you? And would you say you're a disruptor? I'm
just going to say I'm a great person. I mean, I love my fans. I love my family. I'm a hard worker, and I just want everybody to tune in to Mayweather versus Logan Paul, because I always want to stay positive.
And Floyd, where should we follow you? What channels should we follow you on if we want to watch your fights and anything you might be sharing or promoting?
Just, you know, follow me on social media. Follow my IG, which is Instagram. Follow my Facebook. Follow my Twitter. And just watch me go out and entertain on a regular basis. You know, I appreciate everybody.
Floyd, I don't want to say a massive.
So you heard it. You heard it from the defense maestro, the defense maestro himself, Floyd Money Mayweather. I have to say that. Listen, I must say I wasn't a big fan of Floyd Mayweather like that. The reason why, like I said, I'm a proud Nigerian and a proud African. So if you diss Africa, you're basically dissing me. You're dissing me, dissing my people, dissing my heritage. You're dissing, or the original man. So Floyd Mayweather, there was some time an interview where he was asked about Africa or something like that. He said, what did he say again? When he was asked, I think about charity or something like that. Even though I don't think African countries need charity or something like that. There's enough. It's just that we need better leadership. Like the countries in Africa, they need better leadership, because without the continent of Africa, the world would not survive, is the fact. Even what I'm using right now, even the computer I'm using to speak with you right now. Do you know where you get it? Where they get ignorance from? It's not from America. It's not from Europe. It's not from Asia. It's from Africa. A lot of you guys don't know this, but you have to know. It's just that we need better leadership. And Flamera was asked about, helping Africa, and he said it's not. It's not like he was he F Africa or something like that? I don't know. I don't want to misquote him. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that interview again. I mean, that was when I had a little bit of, I don't know, like I just didn't like the guy like that. But I believe as time went on, he began to know himself. Like he just said. He said when he was nothing, when his dad was in prison, none of his family members helped him or even visited him. He was just on his own, and after he became a world champion and started getting money, all of them want you, like they say, like we say in Nigeria. How do we say it again, Seth? I don't forget that stuff. Like they say, when money day, okay, friends go day. When we not day, like friends go. So like it's just what it is. But family is another thing, though. I just think that some families are just selfish, and when you don't have money, that's when you know who's really your friend. Because some family can even fuck you up, bro. They can, sorry for that word, they can mess you up. They can easily just try to they can seek for your downfall if they are not getting part of your money. Anyway, let me call our brothers to give their take on this. Floyd Mayweather, voluntarily and saying that, listen, let's say teaming up with Anthony Joshua, the unified heavyweight king of the whole goddamn universe, the only two-time unified heavyweight ruler in the whole wide world. Let's of course take hear from my brother. Let me call them right now. And if you want to join right now, if you want to join the conversation, you have to do, look at the pin comment right there on the live chat. Follow the instructions, and you get it here. Stay tuned, guys. Make I call them. Hello, Mayo Joe, Jackson, and Wike Afana. I outside.
I did.
I beg, what I go do for me? What I go do for me today? No, what I go do? No, what I go do? No, what I go do? Make una dey try. If I not call a name, una try mute them so that I not go disturb. You understand?
Alright, no.
So background noise not good. I beg, I'm gonna do that because yesterday it was like I rewatched the live stream. Yeah, it wasn't nice that I had to instruct some of you guys to like mute it while the others are speaking. Let's just that they be now. Let's just keep it smooth. Let it be smooth. I will first of all call in Winky Afana. How you say? What's up? How's Nigeria?
I did, man. Everything is good here, man.
Which side for Nigeria you yourself?
I'm currently in IB, but
I by the side now. What it is over that side?
Oh
boy, right. Yes, okay. For that side, I say, what did not be? Oh, but now your state, Abi.
Yeah, it's Oyo State.
Not be that place with the years they see for news man S-men they troublesome images for them.
Yeah. Once in a while we hear news, but it's not really. It's actually mostly in Oyo State, as in Oyo, not in Ibadan itself. Most of it is happening on the outskirts.
Okay.
But sometimes there are skirmishes of it. Sometimes
Like villages and all those stuff.
Sometimes it spills over and say Ibadan, but mostly it's the villages and all that. That's where the farmers are. You know.
Well, according to what I see,
it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. This herdsman thing, like, I saw something. One of my friends sent me something about how there's a prediction that
you just use PG. You know what I mean? I don't know. When we answer that.
I don't really speak pidgin that well.
But guy, so listen, bro. Listen. Stop, guys. Stop it. Just stop it. Listen. How can me? I don't come from Nigeria. I speak German. I speak Spanish. I speak some French. I speak Portuguese. I speak English. I speak Edo, my language. I even speak some Igbo, Jonah. So you speak pidgin.
You speak Spanish.
How can you in Nigeria? You only limit to speak one language. You say well. Claro que hablo español. Yo hablo español. Hablo castellano.
Where did you learn it?
Well, I learned it. I learned it in Spain. In school. You know.
Okay, I'll go the flow with you. I'll go the flow.
Okay, hablas español. Okay.
No.
Habla español. Why you ask me so when I say Spanish? You speak Spanish or what?
I don't understand Spanish. Why you speak Spanish for me? I don't understand Spanish at all.
Okay, no understand. So, listen, bro. Man, do that to you. I hate when I went to Nigeria and I said I love you speak PG. What the hell do you mean? Like, bro, chill. How can we were there? Yeah, we rap Nigeria, we carry out, we float ourselves for PG because not everybody. Listen, for example, now I want to speak Yoruba. I get Yoruba friends. So if we want to communicate, we will use PG. Or some people got to be saying, no, I understand Igbo small because I school partly in Igbo at that time in the Phoenicia that time for Izoshima. So before I come move back to B-side. So how come me, we be say, man, I don't come from Nigeria TT. I still flow. You want to say some lamba. You got some lamba, we be say, man, some lingo, we be say, man, I don't forget. Or we are not, because they don't say that they update, you know, our PG for there for Nigeria.
They update slang.
Nah, they hear say, man, he shock. Now with the news like he shock. I don't really understand that he shock. I don't understand. He shock me say he dey pay you or waiting the app more pepper them or something like that. He shock. I don't know whether I know me. But now Davido matter for here he shock. I say what to be shock. Maybe not just say some every state especially southern part they get their every state or city get their own lamba. But if you go Wari get their own so kind of slang where they go put Padaco get their own. Lagos also get their own. So but at least generally we don't understand ourselves. So anyway, I want to continue about this stuff before we go to the main subject. I want to know what they have for this. So you did grant.
Yeah. They'll make predictions. Say by 2022 or thereabouts. Say a herdsman don't take over the south. Say there's one master plan for the herdsman to take over and all that. And if you ask me about it, normally I don't really believe conspiracy theories, but if you ask me about it, it'd be like say the thing get ahead. I swear.
Really?
It be like say get ahead, but because the way those guys operate with impunity, man, and the way there's no like backlash from Buhari at all, it's just be one kind. You get. So.
Brother, not be smart, you know. Anyway, you know one thing, all those kind of things are just conspiracy theory. I don't even though. Listen. Our southern Nigeria don't survive for thousands of years, okay? And I'm not sure, say man, for this modern time, something like that. I think it's not just fear factor some people they use. Understand? Of course, I know, say man, all those kind of people. In fact, I hear some of the men when they talk. Some of them don't this. You know, say they be Fulani. You know, say I don't mingle with
Yeah.
fuller people for here from Mali,
Yeah.
from Guinea, from
Mali,
some from Senegal.
everywhere.
So some
Yeah,
of them
honestly.
they will be. Say if I mingle with them, the kind of language they speak, it be like saying that the one where like. It be like say those people when the language they speak, I don't hear one of them speak like that for YouTube. Yeah, I don't want one video
Yeah.
one Fulani guy, one like flies when they speak. The language they speak, it be like saying na Fula of Mali, like they speak. So
Yeah.
those people don't be Nigerians. Some of them don't be Nigerians.
Mm.
So now that because man like their brethren they not side, so they fit just give the pass enter.
Yeah,
So
they're like
they don't be Nigerians.
they're like,
some of the way I know. If now what like the language they hear say some of them they speak now Mali Fula. You know say the Mali Fula they slightly different from Guinea Fula, from Senegal
Yeah.
Fula. I don't mingle with them, so I don't know most of their the dialects and differences and all stuff. So that mean like I mean say man like as I just hear that I say this guy is not Nigerian Fula be this one. This one na Mali Fula be this one. Understand? So, but anyway, Sha, we go solve. I don't hear say man. So men,
hopefully.
once Buhari come out now, they go mellow down. Let me go now. Buhari now they give the power, but they go mellow down after Buhari come out. So let's go straight to the subject, brother. Floyd Mayweather is set to team up with the unified heavyweight king of the universe, Anthony Joshua, and the only two-time unified heavyweight universe, the only two-time unified heavyweight king and ruler in the whole wide world. Okay. He said, "Why do you laugh? Why do you laugh? Why do you laugh? What did laugh? My guy, you laugh. What did you laugh? What did you laugh? What did you laugh?"
As you talk, say it's the only two-time unified
Everywhere ruler, yeah, in the whole wide world, yeah.
Yeah.
So both are set to team up. The defensive maestro, Floyd Mayweather is defensive maestro. What do you make of this? What do you make of this, brother?
Well, I kind of feel like if Floyd Mayweather is doing it for himself, if he's doing it for himself, it's not good. But if he's doing it for Anthony Joshua, then because I heard somebody say something about a possibility of Mayweather demanding 10 million. Now, I'm not sure that's true. I don't know. But
they never discuss money at all. They never discuss money at all.
If you want to help somebody, I don't feel you should be talking about 10 million or something. Because I watched this guy's channel today, Showbiz. I'm sure you know him. He mentioned that it was for 10 million. I'm like,
who? Showbiz the adult.
Yeah, Showbiz the adult. Yeah, I watched. He spoke about the same thing today.
So what do you know about that one? What do you know about that one?
He was like it's possibly for 10 million. So I'm just like, why would it be for such a huge amount of money? But if that's a lie, if that is a lie, and if it's truly
my brother, you have to know something, man. I get contact with Team Joshua. You understand? And I talk to them regularly.
Okay.
So that one are just hypothesis. You understand? For the guy, like that was just the fact. No, nothing. It's not factual, bro. It's not factual.
Well,
but I just want to talk. We are talking about the team of the link up, like helping Joshua chopping up his defense. How do you see that? How do you see the collaboration and everything, bro?
Well, that'll be very good, because if you heard this guy, there was an interview I heard John Fury say that the only way, sometimes when John Fury is speaking, he just speaks with so much passion. It was like, the only way you can ever beat my son is if you get a 6'8" Floyd Mayweather, and so on and so forth. So it's possible that if they link up, maybe if Floyd can transfer the skills, like maybe that's the actual blueprints to beat. If it's coming from John Fury's mouth, maybe that's the actual blueprints to beat Tyson Fury easily. So, and I personally think that if somebody can be composed and pick their shots against Tyson Fury, I feel that they stand a very good chance of winning, because a lot of the times when he fights, he in big fights against Deontay Wilder, the first fight against this guy, against Klitschko, as well. He really just tries to steal the fight, just tries to nick the fight. He doesn't try and do anything. He'll just dance around, go in, go out. But if somebody is really composed, can stay really calm, and not be bothered by all his antics, him putting his hand behind his back and all that rubbish, and just pick him apart, it would probably be like the best way to beat him, you know. So the best person for that is obviously for Mayweather. Like there's nobody with a better boxing brain. I heard you saying he was the best defensive person in boxing.
Yeah, no.
I'm not really sure. Like some people say there's this guy that some people speak about. There's this guy that always comes up.
Penny Whitaker or what?
No, Willie Pep. There's Willie Pep. There's Penny Whitaker and all that.
Willie Pep. How many punishment he take for ring? I got too low punishment.
Yeah.
This is what we listen, bro. When I say he's the best defensive boxer, okay, both dead and alive, you have to understand what I'm referring to, and in what perspective. Because Floyd Mayweather is the only boxer alive. Okay, continue.
In terms of compu box stats, Floyd has the best statistics ever. True.
So, but not only that, I'm not even based on that one, Seth. Listen, look at the punishment where Penny Whitaker and Willie Pep, the rest take, take. Look at Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, you know if you resemble fighter, Seth. You know, see him. You never how many punches? Like how many? Nobody don't ever land 100 punches for Floyd Mayweather, or even 50, Seth. Clean. Say clean. Nobody. No fighter. Now, you know, say, not we don't say defense, the best defensive boxer of all time. I'm not just saying it. So, you have to understand.
I was actually like, I agree that, like, I wasn't trying to say that. I wasn't trying to say that he wasn't good defensively. I was going somewhere else.
No, continue. Let me hear your point. Let me hear your point.
Where he's actually the best is, in my own opinion, his ring IQ and ring generalship. I think that's what stands him apart from everybody. Like, he really understands every, like, he's so alert in the ring, like really understands his environment there. He's just so at home there, and he can usually see things coming before they actually happen. So if he can bring that mindset to Anthony Joshua, it might actually really help him, you know.
You watched? Did you watch Joshua last fight against Kurapulev?
Against Pulev, yeah.
You saw? Did you see the Floyd Mayweather signature that he pulled out? They put off.
What's it called? The pull counter.
Yeah, you saw it.
Yeah. I saw it.
So it's not.
I know. And in that fight, if you are listening, Mayweather was giving him instructions. Mayweather was telling him, do this, do that. He was telling him what to do, and he was listening. Like, Mayweather's voice was louder than Joshua's corner's voice at the point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it seems like they have good chemistry. So yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, of course, it's gonna be beneficial for Anthony Joshua. You know. Fury right now, if you really see him now, so the guy gonna even gonna shake small self. Anyway, brother,
Exactly.
stay on board. Let our other brother give their take. We have Ibrahim in the house. What's up, brother? Ibrahim.
Yes, sir.
How fun? I want you to
Yes,
sub.
sir.
How London, other side, bro.
London there, man. It's just grey. It's grey, but it's cool.
Bro, what do you make of this? Floyd Money Mayweather teaming up with the unified heavyweight king of the whole universe and the only two-time unified heavyweight ruler in the whole wide world.
I don't know, man. I don't know what I make of it, you know. Mayweather's obviously, like, they've obviously had a good relationship for a long time.
What do you mean you don't know what to make of it, bro? Like, man.
I don't know what to make of it, bro, because, like, what are we meant to make of it? Who was Mayweather trained? Who was he coached? That we can say, you know what, like,
he's still fighting, bro. He's still fighting. Like, he's still fighting, you know.
Mayweather's a great. Like, no one can dispute that. Like, come on, he's probably the best of our era. Yeah, that's just the reality. So that I'm not disputing his credentials. I'm disputing what's the words? Let's just say the wiseness. It's not a word, right? But I'm trying to understand the wiseness in him bringing Mayweather on. You know what I'm saying? He's got a big enough team, coaching team. I know he looks at things differently, and I trust AJ's intelligence, right? He's an intelligent guy. So I'm not going to say I think it's the wrong decision. I don't know why or what Mayweather's going to be doing in the camp. No one knows. But for me, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it's just too much uncertainty. And if the fight is going to happen in June, July, is Mayweather really going to... Because for Mayweather to implement what he wants to implement, he's going to have to come into the camp because it's only got 4 months and he's going to have to take over the training.
Bro, if Floyd Mayweather, listen, bro, any fighter that Floyd Mayweather wants to really train, okay, decides to train, bro, that fighter, you know, defensively and technically will be like flawless, bro.
That's not true. Just because Floyd Mayweather is flawless doesn't mean that the people he's going to train are going to just act
I'm not saying the people. I said any fighter. He's yet to train a fighter, though. You know that.
That's what I'm saying.
So I say any fighter because but you have to be listen. Floyd Mayweather is not going to train you when you're lazy. If you're a lazy fighter like Andrews Jr., after you beat someone good, then you just go to the sunset and do whatever you want. No.
Sign a Snickers deal.
You have to. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. You have to be dedicated. You have to be workaholic. You have to be mentally endowed. You have to be physically endowed. You have to have a champion mindset. You have to care about the money, of course, but also care about winning. Because you know what I mean? Winning is what matters the most. Okay? Floyd Mayweather, the guy has made over $1 billion, you know, just for fighting. Okay? And whenever this guy trains, he still, listen, the guy is retired right now, okay, as a boxer, okay. Of course, he's still having all those exhibition fights, but still, this guy is still in a great shape. That just shows how dedicated this guy is. Floyd Mayweather reminds me of not Floyd Mayweather. Klitschko reminds me of that. Klitschko is the same. Klitschko is not active right now as a fighter, but is still in a phenomenal shape and still training, still sparring. This is what being a champion is all about. Being a champion at heart, you know, and also wanting to keep your crown. It's not about winning one good fight and then just right off the sunset. No. It's about consistency. And Joshua has that mindset. So imagine Floyd Money Mayweather, just like, because Floyd Mayweather has a lot of money. He's richer than Anthony Joshua. Like, bro, Joshua don't even need Floyd Mayweather for fame or for money. Imagine if Floyd Mayweather give Anthony Joshua, let's say 20% of his time. My brother, I love in Vietnamese. I love in Chinese. I love in Japanese. Brother, now Joshua go be another thing. I'm going to tell you, you saw that pull-out counter. You saw it. That's a Floyd Mayweather signature, bro. What are you saying?
I'm not saying anything about all of that, because all of that, what you're saying, I can't dispute anything you've just said. That's not my point, though. My point is, I question the wiseness in bringing in Floyd Mayweather at this time. He's obviously bringing him for a specific reason. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what that reason is. But if you're going into the biggest fight of your life, changing your mind, because you would have to really implement what Mayweather would want to implement, he would have to come in and take over the whole training camp in the next 4 months.
He's not going to take you over. He's not going to take you over. Who told you he's going to take you over?
Let me land. That's what I'm saying. That's not going to happen. But for Mayweather to implement what he wants to implement, that's what he would have to do, because they don't have enough time. So what I'm saying is, what is he doing in there right now? Does that make sense? Like, what is he doing in there right now? What is he going to bring into AJ's game in the next 4 months that AJ is going to be practicing on? Because it's going to be a distraction. It's an extra bit of thing that you want to work on, but unless he's coming in and giving you full time and he's the one taking over that camp, then that's just going to be something that's going to distract you from what your actual camp is trying to show you for this fight. But that's how I'm deep in it. Like I said, I'm going to have to trust AJ's intelligence in this one. There's obviously a specific reason why he's bringing Mayweather on board, but I just question the smartness in making that decision now. You know, if this was December, if this was last year, okay, cool. Do you know what I'm saying? But now, 4 months before the fight, I just question that, bro. I don't know. I think that could be a distraction.
I want to ask you one question. Don't you think Joshua is the fastest learner in boxing?
He's a sponge.
Don't you think so?
He's a sponge. Absolutely. He's a sponge.
Like, do you think it's easy to lose a fight via knockout, and a lot of people completely writing you off, saying you can't box, you can't do it, you can't keep the distance, you know you're not good enough, to come back and outclassed within 6? That's a very difficult thing to do. You know that.
That's true. That's true. Bro, listen, all I'm telling you is if Joshua comes in July, busting the Philly roll and all that shit, doing pull counters left and center, I'm done in it. Like, there's no one that's ever gonna beat this guy. That's what I'm saying, because in that short space of time, for him to be able to master that, he's not gonna master it, but for him to be able to, you know, absorb it enough to be implemented in the fight against Fury, like, everyone you might as well just give up now, innit? Because like, it's done, innit? You know what I'm saying? It's done. And I know that's what his goals are. Like, I know he's got go. He wants to dominate for the next 6-7 years. I know that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said I'm going to respect his intelligence and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But I just question the timing. That's what I'm saying. My only thing is the timing. I'm not questioning bringing Mayweather in. Like, this guy's the best to have done in our era. You know, arguably one of the best to have ever done it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not. You can never dispute bringing Mayweather into your camp. Like, that's a no-brainer. I'm just questioning the timing of it. But like you said, you've made a good point. Joshua is a sponge. If anyone's going to be able to, you know, soak up that information quickly enough, AJ can probably do that. Do you know what I mean? He can probably do that. But I'm just like, it's right now because, bro, listen, I can't afford for AJ to lose to Tyson, bro. Like, listen.
Don't you think? Listen. I understand. Well, a lot of people are gonna listen. You know, if Joshua were to lose, okay, hopefully not.
It's not gonna happen.
A lot of people are gonna come here and start, you know, calling me names. But believe you me, if you know me well, you know, win, lose or draw, I will always support Anthony Joshua. You know, because like when he lost to Andrews Jr., BBC was the only one to support him. That's the fact. Like, the receipts are all there. Go check it out.
Now, Sporting Outcomes was back in there. I heard Hatman chatting shit a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro. Like, I'm talking about, like, Sporting Icons was, of course, objective in a way.
Yeah.
I was the only one to I'm saying fully, without a doubt, that said, listen, Joshua is going to reclaim his belts back. Because I already, listen, you know, like I said, when you have a champion, okay, belts doesn't really make you a champion.
Nah, it doesn't.
You know, your readiness your readiness to dominate, is what makes you a champion, not belts.
But even more than that, it was AJ. He'd never discounted losing. And that for me is why I knew he was going to deal with it well. He'd never discounted losing. I was confident he was going to come back and win his belt. Obviously, I was nervous as hell for the fight, but I was confident. You know, I was telling people, listen, yeah, I know, like, he lost in it, and I had to take the L with him. I had to take that L and be like, listen, yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? Cool. But I was telling them, like, listen, he's going to come back and claim this belt back, because his mindset, he's never said, I'm never going to lose, like Tyson Fury. When Tyson loses, bro, you see he's chatting shit about Deontay Wilder right now. No man on earth and his grand and all that nonsense. When Tyson Fury loses, bro, trust me, it's going to be another madness. It's going to be another madness. Like, listen to Adesanya. You follow UFC as well. he's someone who was another of that mindset. The belts don't mean nothing. Yeah, he just makes each other better, right?
But by the way, you guys know Adesanya have declared that he wants a rematch with Young Blachowicz. He wants a rematch, bro.
I didn't know that.
Bro, he has. I mean, he wants a rematch. So
Wow.
we're gonna see if he gets it.
If he gets the rematch, he will win. He would do differently. I'm confident that he will win if he gets the rematch.
Imagine how great it will be, man. I want to see those Polish guys. I want to see them cry a little bit.
Because Jan has already said
I want to see their tears.
Adesanya is harder than he thought. Right? He thought it was gonna be faster, but he said he hit harder than he thought.
Yeah, of course.
Adesanya knows that he can hurt him. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just coming back to that championship mindset, Adesanya, I always knew that he's gonna deal with a loss comfortably as well, because he's also said, for me, it's just about the challenge. I don't care if I lose. I'm going to learn from that loss and I'm going to come back even better. And that's before he lost. You know what I'm saying? And then look at the interview he did after his loss. Like, that's a champion. Look at AJ's interview after lost. That's a champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, the belts don't, like you said, the belts don't make the champion. All of that, but yeah, you're right. Like, AJ within 6 months came back, because the reason everyone was saying he was going to lose that rematch was because they'd never versatility. They were like, AJ's only one-dimensional. There's no way he can make a change in that period of time. And if he's going to go back in their rules, he's going to do the same thing. But they didn't see the Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying, light on the foot, back foot, dancing around the ring. I never saw that coming. I'm not going to lie.
I saw that coming, bro.
I believed in him. No, I believed in him that he was
I saw that coming. It wasn't a surprise for me, because I saw a lot of clips. I was sent a lot of clips on Joshua working on speed and all footwork and all those stuff.
You be inside man now. I don't get that kind of privilege now, so I can't.
I laugh in Vietnamese. Anyway, but continue.
Yeah, so for me, like, I believed in him winning, but I never believed in him coming back and, you know what I'm saying, adopting that strategy and being able to implement that in such a short period of time. So, look, maybe he can absorb that information, that Floyd is going to give out in that period of time. I'm just questioning the timing, but I don't want to put negativity out there in it, because I'm still backing my boy, but I just question the time. What I want to know is how much influence Mayweather's going to have in the camp. That's really going to determine what my viewpoint is on it.
Okay. Thanks, brother. Jackson, are you there? Jackson or Joe, one of you should come in.
Yeah.
Hello, Joe. How far?
Not Joe, Jackson.
Jackson, what's up? What's poppin', bro?
Do we have a similar voice?
You guys, you guys have similar voice, man. I'll tell you that. I thought you're Joe. So sorry, bro. What's up? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. Greetings to everyone in the house.
Yeah, man. Greetings to everyone. Yeah, for sure. It's nice that you guys came through today. I wasn't really expecting it, but I felt like, okay, let me just give you guys a call and see if any of you guys jumped in. And you guys did. And nice to see that. One thing about Nigerians is that, when Nigerians are passionate about something, they always stay consistent in it,
of course. Sure.
The support has been amazing. And I have to thank all of you guys that support the channel, and my UK brothers as well, American brothers as well, everyone, around the globe that support BBC. I beg, anything I feel, I'm not like mute the background for the I beg. Me Jackson talk. So Jackson, what do you make of Floyd Mayweather? What do you make of this? Floyd Mayweather teaming up with the unified heavyweight king of the universe, and also the only two-time unified ruler in the whole wide world.
Wow. Let me first of all say it's a plus. It's a plus to us anyway. Okay. And I don't think everyone need to be surprised about this whole thing, because firstly, I don't know if we take note of Joshua's last fight against Pulev. Okay, so seeing Floyd in that fight, it tells us something. Okay, and if we even watch that fight very well, you will see that Joshua even kind of implement some Floyd tactics during that fight. You understand? So, and after the fight, Joshua himself has to get out of the ring to meet Floyd Mayweather. Whatever the discussion is, I don't know, but I believe it was a discussion about the future. Okay, so it's a plus to us for nobody want to, Joshua is a kind of person that everybody want to link up with, bro. Everybody want to link up with him. So it's not it's a plus. It's a plus. Imagine Floyd is a person of that have worked out his own legacy, that have do so many things, having 50 fights, and he never has any loss, So coming to link up with Joshua is a boost. I tell you the fact, it's a boost, So one area that I am really focusing on, which I have designed from the Floyd, is this: his confidence. Floyd never gets intimidated by anyone, even in the ring, even when that person, his opponent, is even dominating in a way. Floyd has a way of committing that person, So he's a tactics guy. So he's coming with a lot of experience, So that's just it. And he's a person that knows how to defend. Okay, so Floyd is a plus to the team. I tell you, I pray that this whole team work out.
What do you make of our brother Ibrahim's statement, saying that, of course, the timing, he's concerned about the timing? What do you make of that, bro?
Timing, in the sense that what? I don't understand.
Yeah, he said, why not earlier? Why didn't he approach Joshua, or offer this, before the Pune fight, for example?
Okay. One thing we need to know is this: the perfect time is always the best. If he feels that this is the perfect time, and Attorney Joshua feels that, this is the perfect time for we guys to come together, to link up together, so be it, bro. So then, I believe it's the perfect time for him to link up. I believe it's a perfect time. Let me even put this out. If this fight happens to take place next month, and Floyd came in today, I have no fear. Why? Because Joshua is a good student. He's a person that can easily pick up, on something when he's working on it. Okay, so whether coming now, I believe at least if he is to come in now, he came early. That's just the fact. For me, I believe. Yeah,
Ibrahim, are you there, bro?
It's a perfect time.
Are you there,
Yes,
bro?
sir. Yes, sir.
You remember when Floyd Mayweather, offered to help Deontay Wilder,
Yep.
Remember Wilder?
Yeah,
turned it down.
That was against Tyson Fury. I think that it was the second fight.
In the second fight.
Yeah.
So, do you think it will be wise for Joshua to turn it down? Like Joshua, of course, is different. The relationship that Joshua has with Floyd Mayweather is different from the one that Wilder has with Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather and Joshua are very close. They talk, all the time. According to Floyd Mayweather himself, they're in touch, with each other. So I think it will be easier. For Joshua would love that, I think.
They have a good communication, yeah. So we can see that even from the last fight. So they have a good communication. And look at one thing here. You must also understand that Floyd is a person that has legacy. Okay, and Floyd he already viewed the game. You have to join the winning team. Okay, Floyd cannot afford to lose his legacy after maybe he has retired to come and join the Attorney Joshua and later he loses. No, he already knew that it's a win game. So that's the reason why he is coming. That's just for sure. Okay,
bro. Thanks. Ibrahim, come in. Mira, beg Justin. I don't know what that Joe. Joe, are you there? Mayo Joe, are you there, bro? Mayo Joe, you're on the mute. On mute time. Me, I know what you did there. Okay, Brian, come in. He's on mute, but I guess.
All of that, like real recognize real. Yeah, AJ, they're both champions. All of that. That's not the question here. You said this age is what would it look like if AJ doesn't accept it? It's a completely different situation because they're brethren already. Do you know what I'm saying? And for Floyd to actually come out and say that on the Disruptive Entrepreneur podcast, that means they've already agreed it. So this is not a case of Floyd, reaching out and AJ turning it down.
I beg, guys, try to mute it. Why? Like I said, I beg on the mute now. I saw one they speak. I beg. I got to beg now. I beg, try to continue.
Yeah, so this is not a case of Floyd putting the arms out and AJ either accepting or turning it down. That's not the case. The case is obviously, from what I gather and from what Floyd is saying, he's going to be coming into AJ's camp, right? He's going to be helping AJ with something. So that's already agreed. So that's what the problem. And the problem here is not, can Floyd bring value? Like, his credentials already speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? What I would say is a great fighter doesn't necessarily make a great coach. Like, with that is across all sports. Across all sports. And the average fighter could make the best coach in the world. Right, so there's not necessarily a correlation with those two things anyway. But
bro, is one thing being a great fighter. Listen, bro. Listen, let me correct you on that. Yeah. Is one thing being a great fighter, is another thing being the best that to ever do it. Okay, the best to ever do it defensively. Yeah. Okay, most of those fighters that became coaches, they have a lot of losses on their record. Not only that, let's not judge them by their losses, but also their defense was not as solid as Floyd Mayweather. True or false?
But those are two different things.
Floyd Mayweather has a better boxing brain than those guys you're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about anyone specific. I'm just talking about facts and history, right? I'm not talking about just boxing either. I'm talking about across all sports, right? His application of his skill sets doesn't mean that he's able to channel that message to someone accurately. How he can channel it to himself.
He can channel it to Anthony Joshua. Joshua just have to be a quick learner. And Joshua is.
I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he can't, but I'm not saying he can.
Hold on, bro. Let me see. Mayo Joe, like mute it, bro. Mayo Joe, mute him.
Okay, all right.
I didn't call your name, you enter just now. I don't see you.
I was answering. I think it was because I put it on mute, so I didn't realize I didn't unmute it.
No, I just mute time. When Brad finish, you go enter.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not saying like he'd be potentially, let's be real, Floyd Mayweather, if he can channel 50% of what he can do, he can be one of the best coaches ever. Like, let's be real. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the key. But I'm just saying it doesn't necessarily translate into being a great coach. But we're not AJ is a great sponge. We're not AJ can learn quickly. That's not really my issue. My issue, all I'm saying is the timing. The big bro earlier on said, if your timing is right, then it's right. I don't know what he means by that, because that doesn't mean anything to me. Because it's like, what do you mean if it's right? It's right. Like, just because you're deciding to do it now doesn't mean it's right. It could work out right, but it could also be wrong. We don't know that yet. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm questioning. I'm questioning the wiseness in doing it right now when you've only got 4 months to go and train and you want to implement a new facet to your game. Do you know what I'm saying? If you don't get me wrong, AJ's always adding facets to his game, but he's been working on those facets, since last year, and he's just polishing them. You understand? But bringing something else completely new into your game, is great, because he's looking past Fury. Like I said, he's looking the next 5-6 years. So I understand that, and he's going to get Mayweather at some point. He's going to learn all these skills. I get the idea that that's what he wants to do, but I'm just saying, is the timing right? Because listen, I've got a lot riding on this too. Like, trust me, fam. Like, so I just don't want any little But look, at the end of the day, the decision is already made. You see what I'm saying? I'm just hoping that it works out. I'm just hoping that it makes sense at the time. And you know what? These are the sort of decisions that you live or die by. Because guess what? People like me, if it does lose, God forbid, people like me will come and be like, "Raw, was that Floyd Mayweather thing really a good idea?" If he
Bro,
wins,
bro,
I'm gonna be like,
bro,
yo,
bro,
I knew this
bro.
guy was my guy. I knew he was smart, yeah.
You
see, I
win,
can't believe what you're doing.
you win as a team, you lose as a team. If you're really Team AJ, I don't know. I don't know when you became Team AJ because you've always been Team British boxing also, or Team British boxers. You know, like, so I'm the one that's listen. I would say if Joshua loses, win, lose or draw, I'm Team Joshua all day. You understand? You know.
Yeah, but bro, but let's not become like
We
Deontay
we
Wilder.
listen, bro. We are going
But
to listen.
make a land now.
If that happens, we are going to analyze it, you know, and point it out. But that doesn't mean we are going to just say, "Oh, wasn't it good?"
I'm not saying I'm gonna. I'm not saying. No, but we will.
Bro, I'm not LDBC, bro. Why are you comparing me to LDBC? Those guys are total. Bro, I'm not LDBC, man. What do you mean? Well, you want to use me compare LDBC?
That's what I was gonna say. That's what. I'm not comparing you to them. That's what I'm saying. Let's not fall into that because that's what they were doing when Wilder lost. We can still be objective and look at it, analyze why we think he lost. That's what I'm saying. I will be coming out and saying, "Raw, was that a right decision?" It doesn't mean I'm going to turn around and say AJ is a bomb, AJ is shit. That doesn't make sense. I'm still riding Team AJ. Do you know what I'm saying? But we'll analyze. But before you cut me off, I was going to say on the flip side, if he goes out there, brings out the Philly shell defense, knocks out Tyson Fury with a big uppercut, like counterpunch, then I'll be saying, yo, I knew these guys are genius. Like, I knew I was going to be able to absorb that information in that short period of time. It's great. That's what I'm saying. Either way, it's going to be one of the two. But it's just like, do you really want to be adding those extra elements in this timeline? You've got enough tools. I believe he's already got enough tools to go out there and knock Tyson Fury out right now. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's just like that extra element isn't necessary at this point. Do you see what I'm saying? Maybe you should have done it last year, or maybe you should wait till after the Fury fight and then add this. You know what I'm saying? There's other facets to it. I'm just questioning the wiseness.
Bro,
in the
Fury fight is probably gonna be a one fight. You know that?
Yeah. Like
because if Anthony Joshua beats as a Fury will listen. Fury will not take a rematch, and if Fury beats Anthony Joshua, we know he's going to like create
win, lose or draw. Fury ain't coming back, bro.
This is what I'm saying. Like, it is what I'm saying. Anyway, though, my old Joe, come in, brother. Come in.
Right. Okay. Nice one.
What's up?
So for me, I'm good. For me, I'm actually going to look at this from a different perspective. Okay. The first thing we all need to understand is that Floyd Mayweather coming into that team, he is not going to be the head coach. Okay. There is a head coach there, a guy who monitors everything. I think Floyd is probably going to come in to add a new dimension or what Anthony Joshua has been doing in the last couple of fights to kind of perfect it with a pull counter. And I don't believe that this is the first time that Floyd and Joshua has been talking about training anyway, or training techniques. I believe that they have been doing some things, maybe not together in the gym at the same time, but I believe that at least over the phone, he's been taking some advice from Floyd Mayweather to say, like, you see this, what's it called? Is it pull counter? How do you do it? You know, how do I bring that into a boxing match? So I believe that they have been having that conversation. So coming into the camp, he's not going to be the head coach and he's not going to change the setting of that camp. All he's going to do is come in there and add to what Joshua already has. So that's what I think. So that's number one. Number two, I think that Floyd Mayweather being a champion, someone who didn't lose any match throughout his career, mentally, that would help Joshua to give him a mental edge. It would actually help him to give him like a proper mental edge to bring a championship mentality into that camp, you know, because remember, Joshua is a champion and all of that, but he has lost one match. He's lost one. So I think that it's only going to be a plus. It's only going to be an advantage to Anthony Joshua. And I think that Team Fury also will be concerned that, oh my God, how come this guy is having Floyd Mayweather join his camp. So it's going to be like them against us, if you know what I mean. So Floyd is an American, and he's going to be working with some British guys to get Anthony Joshua to the point where he will be able to beat Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury's got an American who is his head coach as well. So it's going to be like America, America, British, British, if you know what I mean. So for me, I don't think it's actually a bad thing. I think that it's going to help Joshua a whole lot. And he's not going to change who Joshua is. He's not going to change his game plan completely. I think he's just coming to add something. So even if he only joins that camp for 2 weeks, just to add that one edge, that extra edge, I think is worth it. You know, he's not coming in there to change everything, to say, oh, I'm here now, I'm going to change the way you're training, I'm going to change your techniques or your methods and things like that. He's not going to do that. He's only coming in there to add something to Anthony Joshua. And that will only help him. Because right now, if you're going into a war, you need every tool available to you, man. Every tool that will help you to win that war. Isn't it what destroyed Deontay Wilder? He goes into every match just with the same tool, day in, day out. Every time he goes into a fight, he goes with the same tool. Let me just go in there and knock this guy out. He got to a point where that didn't work. So if Anthony Joshua can add different tools to his skills set, I think that that's going to help him. So if Floyd is going to come in there 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you know, just show him something to add to what he's already got, I think it's an advantage. You can't go wrong with that.
The same way Chisora went to spar Anthony Joshua for the Fury rematch, right? Like he went to spar him.
You can't go wrong.
Why do you think it's dangerous, bro? Like Ibrahim, why do you think it's dangerous?
That's not the same thing. Let me tell you what. First of all, why it's not the same thing is when Chisora came in, that was just an experienced sparring partner at a higher level than the other guys that were coming in. That's what it wasn't for AJ to go and learn something new, right? When Floyd Mayweather was coming in, is literally to teach AJ something new. If you're just coming in for 3 weeks to come and show, that's a distraction as far as I'm concerned. That's a distraction as far as I'm concerned. That's not like you coming in and teaching me something and holding it in and out. I'm holding that skill in. Just coming in for 3 weeks and dropping a little bomb, like wherever Floyd Mayweather drops in there as well, it's gonna be where to be. I need time. You can't just come there and drop that and then just give him 3 weeks. Like, no, bro, you can't do that to man. Like, that's just a mad distraction. I need time to try and get this.
Mao Joe, respond to that, bro.
Okay. Can I ask you a question, right, Ibrahim? When Joshua fought Ruiz the first time and he lost,
yes, sir.
Now he brought Angel Fernandez into his team. How long did you think he spent with Anthony Joshua? I'm talking about Angel Fernandez now, before the second fight. It was only a few months before the second fight.
Good question. 6 months. But AJ had already brought in Angel Fernandez.
He wasn't immediately. Angel Fernandez didn't join that team immediately after the first loss. No, he didn't.
Hear me out.
It was a couple of months. Yeah, he only had about 3 months with Anthony Joshua before the rematch. So what month are we now? We're in March, right? Exactly. And the fight is probably going to be in June, July. You want to tell me that 3-4 months is not enough to add something? He's not coming in there to take over the camp. He's only coming in there to show him something extra.
Yeah, bro. Like, my Joe is right.
My point was, my point before that was, Angel Fernandez, AJ had already contacted Angel Fernandez even before the Ruiz fight, right? Before the Ruiz fight.
But they weren't training together.
Bro, they weren't training together. It was after Joshua lost.
They were not training together.
Bro, what are you saying? What are you saying?
I may not wait now. I'm saying he had already contacted, like this is coming off Angel Fernandez's mouth. AJ had already contacted him. So he knew when he saw AJ lost, he said himself, I knew he was going to come for me, right? So after he lost, AJ went for him. So they had a good 4 or 5 months to practice together, right?
Well,
AJ already
does Angel Fernandez has the boxing brain of Floyd Mayweather? Does Rob McCracken has the boxing brain of Floyd Mayweather? They don't. It's a fact.
Okay,
So
let me
what
ask
are you
question,
saying?
though.
Joshua, Floyd
Mayweather
Mayweather is not just a boxer. That guy is more than a boxer. That's what you don't understand. That's why this,
but he's
bro,
not a coach.
bro.
This is
Forget about being a
speculation. We
coach.
don't know
How do you
good the coach
how do you
is going to
become a
be.
coach? How do you become a coach?
We're
You become a coach
speculating. We don't
by
know.
studying the sport of boxing, right? By studying the sweet science and implementing the tactics. Bro, how do you become a coach then? Tell me then.
Okay, so let me disagree with you there.
Don't you
become a
think?
great
Do you
fighter,
do you do you
become a
know?
great
Do you
fighter by
do you
studying
even know?
and-
Do you even know that
Let her
Floyd
answer the question
Mayweather?
now.
Well, let me tell you. Do you even know that Floyd Mayweather? I think trained with Devin Haney before his last fight or something like, or
Yes,
last two fights.
yes.
He did
Yes,
overnight.
I
He
do know,
trained.
yes, I do know.
He did some pad work with him and some some cardio and other stuff overnight. Okay, for I think for a week or so,
Yes.
for free
Yes.
in his gym. So
Yes, I do know. I
what
do
do you
know. Yeah, I do
so
know.
if he doesn't have bro, if he was just a regular boxer, do you think he would have been able to do that? Do you even think like
Of
bro?
course, he would have been able to do that. Of course, why would he not be able to do that? It's pad work. Like, come on, bro. But to answer your question,
Bro, he wasn't just cheating
boxer,
pad work, bro. Like you answer that, it wasn't just pad work, bro. It was the he gave him some in-depth, okay, of his defensive mechanism.
Of course,
That's what
I'm
he
not
did.
saying Floyd can come in there and drop bombs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not even saying that Floyd is not going to be a great coach. He might turn out to be one of the best coaches ever. But what we're doing is making the assumption that he's going to be. We can't make that assumption, is what I'm saying. A great fighter is one who studies and is able to implement. A great coach is one who studies and is able to dissect that information and pass it on to someone else.
So you think Floyd Mayweather cannot do that?
We don't know that. That's what I'm saying. It's two different skill sets.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
I love it. Yeah, bro. Manager, come in.
Ibrahim, listen, you see your point about being a great boxer does not necessarily translate to you being a great coach. I 100, as a matter of fact, 110% in agreement with you. But in this situation, Floyd Mayweather is not coming into that team as the head coach. I think we need to make that distinction. He's not coming into the team to take over the camp. He's not. He's only coming in there to add, I would say, one element.
But that's where I actually think the problem is. If you were listening when I first came in, how can
it be a problem when
let me say because I think that could be
an element to Joshua.
Because what I'm saying is because that could be a distraction. If he's actually coming in, it would be best for him to come in and really hone in what he's trying to implement with Joshua. Him just coming in and dropping something and then Joshua cracks on back to his normal training. Like, I think that's a distraction. Like, what's the point of doing that now? And I'm not saying it's definitely wrong. I'm just saying I question the timing of it. Like, why do that now? Why not give yourself enough time to implement whatever Floyd wants to show you?
They still have about 12 to 16 weeks before the fight. We're talking about 3-4 months before the fight.
Yeah, but like you said, that's not going to be the time that Floyd is spending with them. It's still going to be his normal camp. Floyd is only going to come in for a short period of that time, which is where I think the problem is.
Ibrahim,
it's not enough time. Yes.
Can I ask you a question, Ibrahim? Do you think before the last fight, Anthony Joshua fight, do you think that Floyd has been communicating with Anthony Joshua as regards tactics? Do you think they talked about tactics at all before that fight, before the Pule fight?
I think they talk boxing for sure.
I'm not boxing, tactics going into that fight.
I think the boxing. I don't know whether they talk tactics or not. I think they talk boxing because they both love boxing. Like they both love the Swiss sign. So I know they talk boxing for sure.
Remember straight after that fight, Joshua went straight to Floyd, and they were saying check no checkers, whatever whatnot they were saying to each other. They have been talking tactics. They discuss certain tactics. So what I'm trying to say with that is that this is not the first time they've been communicating as regards boxing, as regards tactics. So
of course,
it is not fresh. It is not new. So right now it's just a question of like being physically here, be in camp with us to actually show me face to face what you've been trying to teach me over the phone.
But I don't think he's been trying to. If you're talking tactics with someone, so let's say like them two are talking tactics, it's different from Floyd trying to teach AJ something. Floyd might tell AJ something like, listen, bro, you probably need to work on this. And then AJ goes into his camp and then they're really working and they're honing in. That's different, you know what I'm saying, from Floyd actually coming and trying to teach him something new in just a 3-week period of time. Floyd, they might talk tactics, and then AJ goes and works on that thing for like 5, 6, 7 months, right? But
True, that's
actually,
fine. Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? Yeah, so those are two different things, bro. Like, I don't know. Like I said,
But at the same, so that
bringing
means
Floyd on.
if AJ has been working on it before this coming fight, it means that Floyd can actually now come in to say, what you've been working on, let me improve it, or let me show you exactly how it is done. You've been doing it quite all right, but this is how to properly now do it.
See, I'll accept that. I'll accept that. If there's something already been working on, and then Floyd is coming and saying, bro, I saw that pull counter, but I need to show you how to make it slick, like how to then cool, like that would work. That would work.
Yeah. Remember the person AJ is going to fight, Tyson Fury, is a guy who's got many tricks in his bags. AJ also needs to have a lot of tricks in his bag. He's got a couple of his already. He's got a couple. Of course. And AJ is so, but he needs as many as possible.
Of course.
Help him in that fight. So for me personally, I don't think that it is a bad idea for Floyd. I think as long as they have a proper understanding to say that, Floyd, you're not coming over to change the tactics in this camp. You're not coming over to take the camp. You're coming in to teach me this particular aspect of the game.
I'm in agreement with you there. I agree with you there. If it's something they're already working on, and Floyd is just coming to like show him the execution.
Bro,
of it,
can Joshua listen? Will Joshua pay? Like, can Joshua listen? If Floyd decide to take over, like if he wants to take over, for example, can Joshua even pay him? Floyd get paid more money in exhibitions than Joshua in fight. You know that?
Yeah, but no. BBC
not
saying
anymore,
that.
bro.
BBC is
bro. Wait. That fight against Conor McGregor, like even though I saw it as an exhibition though.
It was that was exhibition.
Yeah, but do you think Joshua would make such money like that?
No, of course
BBC.
not. Of course
so what
not.
are you saying?
No. He won't. No, BBC. You see, when it comes to paying coaches, I'm sure you know much about this.
It's a percentage.
Yeah, I know it. But like, I know. But I'm saying, with Floyd want to take less than he normally does. Bro, that guy spent a lot of money. He spent lots of money and also earns a lot. So
exactly,
but he's not
this is what I'm saying.
Everything from one fighter. If you're a coach, there is a percentage. So it is up to you to build the profile of your fighter, so you can get more. So
and you don't need to build AJ profile. You're just coming in and taking the chop of something that's already
simple as that. Simple as that. You know, you're not there to come and share splits of his purse. No, that's not what you're there for.
But yeah, I agree. I don't think AJ is gonna bring Floyd Mayweather to be his head coach. Like I don't see that. If he was going to do that, he would have got rid of McCracken when he brought in Eddie Fernandez.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? My thing is not about the decision. You know what I'm saying? My apprehension is just the timing. I hope it works out. And if it is just the case of coming to polish what we're already working on, then there's no better person. You know what I'm saying? Because he can tell you, actually, instead of being in this position, you need to be in this position when you're thinking about that. And you know what I'm saying? I think that would work perfectly. I think that worked perfectly. If you're trying to bring in something new, I think it could work, but I think it could be a problem because of timing. That's my only thing.
Ibrahim, I don't think they'll be stupid enough, all right, to bring in something new 3-4 months to a fight.
Exactly. That's the point I was making.
No. They're not stupid. They're not. What they're doing, what they want to do is to polish what is already done or what they've been practicing. It's just to polish.
That would work.
Full counter, you've done it without Floyd being in the camp with you. So if Floyd is in the camp with you, that means that you'll be able to actually do it properly, execute it to the best, what's the right word I'm looking for now? Like, just make it properly neat.
The best execution,
nice.
Yes.
That's it, So I think that's what he's coming in there to do. I don't think he's coming in there to completely change the system. No, man. They have a winning formula, but they just need to improve on the winning formula. Simple as that. It's like you qualified as like with what I do in my job, for an example. I'm not going to say because I'm qualified in IT, I sit down with the same program. I have to learn new programs all the time. I have to learn new programs. As new programs comes out, I have to keep learning.
Keep updating,
so it doesn't mean that, because I've got the qualification, that's it, done.
Yeah, like it's the same that we're saying now. Fury has so many tools, okay, in his arsenal. Joshua has to get as much tools as he can.
Exactly.
So that if Fury was expecting, if they're in the ring now, Fury will be expecting the usual things he's seen before. but he won't see what Joshua has. This is what I'm saying. He won't see the new one coming. That's what Joshua like. That is why this fight is so tricky for Fury. That's why people that are supporting Fury, that are saying Fury is going to win. I like the fact that they are underestimating Joshua.
Please. Can I speak King Kong? King Kong says AJ will get knocked out in the 4th round 100% by Tyson Fury. Where are you getting that? What have you seen?
Bro, it's just his opinion. Let him. I like such statements. King Kong, yes, he will. Just let it be so. Let it be so. Let them count Anthony Joshua out. This is like Joshua should be the underdog, bro. That's what. Listen, bro. If Joshua is the underdog, I mean the celebration will be even larger than the norm. Believe you me, I'll go pop the bit that day when I will see us after the wire feeding for Ghana Sporting.
BBC. You know the shameful thing about boxing fans today is that people don't analyze fights anymore at all. They don't do any analysis.
They go with the hype. They just
go with the hype. They go with the trend. Okay, let me give this example, right? When Fury fought Wilder, from the from the 3rd round, Wilder was already done. You want to tell me that if Wilder was in there with Joshua and it was done from the 3rd round, it would last up to 7 rounds? Fury couldn't even knock him out. He couldn't knock him out. Despite the fact that the guy was gone for 4 rounds.
That's a good point. That's a good point, you know, bro. That's a good point.
Are you kidding me?
Wilder he was going to stop him, though. In fairness, he would have stopped him. The ref would have stopped him.
He would have stopped him.
Yeah, man.
He would have stopped him. But he wasn't going to knock him out. Trust me.
He wasn't knocked out. He wasn't going to knock him out. That's true. That's true.
Enough to knock him out. He's not. So you want to tell me now that Joshua, a guy who's actually got good movements now, a guy who has actually got a lot of tools, is just going to be there 4 rounds and he's going to get knocked.
It doesn't make sense, bro.
This rubbish things.
Anyway, let them say whatever they want to say. Let me read the comment on the live chat before I've moved right here. Maybe react to it. I don't want it to be more than 10 minutes though. Let me take a look at the live chat right here and the people commenting. Shout out to Lighton Evelyn. He says, "Sup Ray, how you doing, Evelyn?" Marcos Gabrielson says Floyd's on a whole other level in terms of skill, but as a trainer, he doesn't strike me as good as it doesn't strike me as good as his uncle, Roger Mayweather. Well, Roger Mayweather, I've been training, doing that for a very long time, But Floyd, I think, will be a good trainer though. It's just not committed in training the father yet, but by the time he does, you will see. Shout out to our brother Igbeans Kelvin. He says hello brother. Roman Tokar says Joshua is the best in the world boxing. Aaron Alaba Ileleji, the bros are there. Too much brother. Have fun on your side. He said for me, it not good that easy for Anthony Joshua to adopt that style of defense. So, well, you don't adopt it now against Andrews, why not you adopt it? You will improve on it now. To defend and attack as well. Cream Della Creme says, hope AJ doesn't think he's too good for Floyd's training. Hopefully so. But I don't think he will do so. Joshua is too humble, man. Not like Deontay Wilder. Shout out to our brother. She goes here. Emmanuel Enigwe says, AJ is not the best boxer alive. Jare is the best heavyweight. Nobody said Joshua is the best boxer alive. I talk about Floyd Mayweather, man. Like them say, heavyweight is the if of all with realistically though. Israel Lucan again. This guy. Shout out to the guy. Harden Mayweather will result in clash in styles. Okay, it don't say look at that. This guy is very always negative, but now it's saying if Joshua had Floyd Mayweather to his team, he's going to there's something's gonna come out, and they're not ready. Cliff Bailey, shout out to Cliff Bailey, says Floyd just wants some attention. I don't think so, man. I don't think he wants attention. Shout out to Esosa Ede Obarogi. He said the brother is very right. I don't know which one. Is it me, Ibrahim, Jackson, Mayojo, or Wike. Papa Jermaine says there is no fame. Floyd Mayweather needs again. He's already got all since 206. Ibrahim. Okay, now you be that one. Now you reply to that one. Nathan Levert. The fight, the fight with AJ Fury will not happen because of Water Trilogy. Bro, they've already signed it. They've already signed the contract. Why don't you understand, bro? Like, I don't understand. If it doesn't happen, we'll come here and talk about it. But they've already signed it, so we have in the next 28 days, we have to know. Like, we'll know if it's going to happen or not.
But even if it doesn't happen, it's got nothing to do with Wilder's trilogy anyway.
ZXTXX says Wilder gonna have it hard with Floyd behind AJ. First round says, he's a reply to Nathan. Leave it. I bet nothing meetan. Ronald Finkley says chop. Floyd Mayweather chair boxing blogs in the shed already through media worldwide. That's so, but too much. Where I don't know, you from UK, bro? Okay, how do you know chop? Okay. Hello to the Ronnie said again. Ronald says hello to the panel and chat. Floyd can maybe show AJ a couple significant tools maybe AJ doesn't know about. Yeah, Joshua doesn't know. Joshua's still the student of the game, and that's it. Wait, let me see. Shout out to K Jethro, BBC. A excellent student doesn't necessarily become a good teacher. Ami Dada says, greetings to my BBC family. Too much, bro. Ami Dada. King Kong, that guy, shout out to you despite, your statement, man. Anyway, JD says, Mayweather always say the pivot was the key to his success. I don't know. Any minute story. Wait, let me see. Omo says AJ. Francis God's Power says, I bet my life that AJ, the president of Boxer, will knock you head off his body. Yes, it's what Yoga Master. Shout out to Yoga Master. And I think I saw a statement. I saw a statement before. I didn't react to it, but I saw it. Fowa Tonto says, what about your African sisters? We only have few African sisters that follow the channel, though. That there are very few. Like, even in Africa, the men are not even interested in boxing, talk less of the women. So it's very hard, in my opinion. You're more likely to find Americans, female, that follow boxing than African. It's just like it's not traditional. Even the men say when you tell a person you want to become boxer, it's not you. Talk less say, man, woman, you want to say you tell your parents you want to become boxer. It's very hard. But anyway, we are still looking for a female fighter though from Nigeria. So we'll see if we get one. Because there's one guy in the US, that one of my brother, told me about that wants to sponsor, train or something like that. I don't know what they see in there. I think the potential a lot of people see in Nigeria, some of our Nigerians don't see it. And that's also sad. We only see potential in the things people are used to, like when it comes to entertainment industry, like music and all the stuff, like movies. There are a lot of potentials there, and you thrive in Nigeria. Nigerian music is taking over the world right now. But when it comes to boxing, MMA or mixed martial arts, even soccer, even football, like we have footballers, but there are not many either. Like of course Nigerian girls does watch football, but only when Nigeria is playing. Not all of them. Like only few of them watch general football. It is a fact. But anyway, though, we'll see. Shout out to them. I know some of them that know me, that support me. Other than that, the ones that I know are mainly from America. Like Black Americans, women that support the channel. That's the only one I mainly know. But I know few of our sisters that support me. Some of them are, in Ireland, some in America, some in Germany, some in different places. But the ones in Nigeria, those ones don't like they hard. It's very, very difficult. Extremely difficult to find. Is the fact. Find an African woman that support boxing is very difficult. So that's the reality. I guess maybe someday, because for them they see the sport as a brutal sport. They don't really know the sweet science behind it. So we're trying to teach our brothers, in Nigeria, and listen, understand this is the perception you have of this sport, but it's not so. Boxing is a sweet science and number one sport in the universe. Shout out to Tokbe Lawore. Says AJ has proven that he's a fast learner and can adapt easily. Money May is coming to hard value. Make no mistake, he and AJ have had a historic collabo. Their announcement is just making it official. That's true. Anyway, guys, thanks to all of you guys for supporting the platform. I do appreciate, and God bless you all. Ibrahim, thank you, bro. Thank you. Thanks to Joe. Thanks to Winke. Thanks to Jackson. And anyway, maybe me and you if you talk soon, Ibrahim. Just I'll call you back. Yeah. We'll see if we do some collab quick. You too much, brother. Stay blessed, guys. Winke. Thanks, brother. Tomorrow we come back. God bless you all.